is not funny.
Also, we're live.
That guy is never funny.
Never funny at all.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
John, when's MegaFest? When are you leaving?
I leave Monday. So I'm not on next week. Yay.
Are you excited?
I would be if I didn't have to be in 2 panels. Yay.
Wait, what's the 2 panels?
Throwing controllers, the usual one I do. And, God, what the hell did Tom name that panel? A brief history of unintentionally funny video games or something like that, or unintentionally funny scenes in video games.
That sounds fun.
Do you know like what theaters these are in, or where these are? When they are?
They're both in the main. They're both on Saturday. I think Throwing Controllers is 7:30 to 8:30, and I think the other one's either at 10 or 11 on Saturday as well. I think they're both in the same theater too.
Where is this again? In East
Magfest?
Coast?
Yep. Near Washington D.C.
So
it's
the least
National
coast.
Harbor, Maryland.
West Coast is the best coast.
East Coast is least coast.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So yeah.
Just because there's less landmass.
No, because it sucks.
Oh man,
Nothing wrong with the East Coast.
You know what's wrong with the East Coast?
What?
It's the least cool coast.
No, actually, it's colder over there than it is on the West Coast.
That's also a reason that it sucks. So thank you.
Great.
Although it's not hot enough in California yet. I'm wearing a sweater. What's up with that?
You're crazy.
Yeah, I don't like it. But you know what else I don't like? The top-down perspective.
I knew you
Oh,
were gonna say
no.
it. I knew you were going to say it.
Oh,
I
man.
was waiting for it. I'm so glad. I was about to take a drink.
But we
I'm
have
like,
to
no.
do one of these. It's in the contract.
I was about to take a drink. I'm like, no, he's going to say it.
Spit take. Oh, that would have been so good.
I didn't want to spit take.
That would have been great. That would have been on the highlight reel.
It would have been pretty good for sure.
Yeah. It's January 15th. I'm Sean Booker. John Wheeler is here, and Paul Fleck's camera is broken.
But I am here. Hello.
Yep, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
He's represented by this picture.
Or he's a soundboard?
We just recorded of him.
Yeah. Can you just send us like 100 words? We'll just put it together.
Sure, Sean. No problem.
I like this game. I hate this game.
Yeah. That's all. 9 out of 10. 8 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Paul, what would you rate this game? 4 out of 10. Oh shit, Paul!
Yeah.
I'm sick, so I'm probably gonna be coughing throughout the show.
I'm not feeling too good either. But
Great.
I ate food. That's why I'm coughing. I apologize. I'll make sure that doesn't happen
Food
again.
causes you to cough?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You should like get that looked into. That's not right.
Doctor said it was just the dry air, I believe.
He's messing with you.
Oh, John, you got punked, son.
Punked by my physician.
You actually have like a terminal disease.
Why am I laughing?
Yeah, Ashton Kutcher comes into the waiting room. There's a guy in there right now getting punked. That's weird. Anyway, wouldn't that just be the issue? Is the dry air, not the food?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. But speaking of that, Paul, what have you been playing?
I've been playing more Far Cry 4. That game has sunk its claws into me in a way that Far Cry 3 never did. So, I don't know what I'm doing anymore in that game. I'm kind of doing all the side stuff, and it's very rare for me to do that in a shooter, like, at all. So I've been hunting a lot, getting those skins, doing some... Well, lately I've been catching up on the main story missions to unlock the next part of the map sort of thing. But other than that, just, like, been killing a bunch of dudes and taking their money and selling their stuff so I could buy upgrades for my little cottage house thing. I don't know. It's been addictive, to say the least. It's kind of the game I play when I come home after work and just listen to a podcast while playing something before bed. So I think that's why it's getting most of my hours. I don't have to pay too much attention to a lot of the story because I'm doing a lot of the side quests right now.
So with it being so close to 3, though, have you thought about going back to 3?
No, because I like this environment way better.
Did you even beat 3?
I got 75% of the way there. I got to the last
so you still
act.
played a significant chunk of it.
I played probably about 20 hours of it, yeah.
And you still like this much better than 3.
Like, thinking back on it now, I probably like it just as much, so there's probably going to be a fall-off somewhere. The difference is I actually have a friend that I can play with, so we can do, like, some missions together. Or,
you got the co-op stuff going.
Yeah, the co-op stuff. So I've been doing a little bit of that. It's kind of weird how they do co-op, though, because you can't really do, like, campaign story missions, which makes sense, I guess, because if you jump into someone's game and they're way ahead, you don't want to ruin something as part of, like, the line or something, or both players wouldn't be able to get credit for someone else's game hosting, like, the campaign missions, but everything else you can do together, as long as you stay within, like, I think, like, a kilometer distance of each other. So it's been kind of good. I think tomorrow we're going to try some arena runs and see if we can rank up in the arena mode, just shooting a bunch of dudes and whatnot.
You can't do story missions, though, right?
Not the main story missions, no, but you can take outposts together and, like, fortresses and stuff like that to further one of your sides. And then, like, so if there's a fortress that I'm having trouble with, he can jump in and we can do it together, and I will get credit for that in my game. And then if he has the same with, like, that same fortress, he could host a game, I can jump in and I could do the same. So we've been just kind of doing a little bit of that back and forth.
Was it Army of Two where they fist bumped?
Yes.
You could fist bump your dude?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was Army of 2.
Right. Let's just remember that for a bit.
Let's reminisce.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't play the third one. I played too much of the second one.
There was you're right. There was one that came
Devil's
like 4
Cartel.
years ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was like they hadn't made a new one for years, and then suddenly there was just Devil's Cartel.
Yep. Anyway, now that we talked about that,
Yeah.
anything else about Far Cry 4?
No, it's fine. There's a reason why I didn't really even make honorable mentions on my Game of the Year still, because it is still just kind of a fine shooter. There's nothing outstandingly remarkable about it. It's just kind of addictive right now. It's the flavor of the week sort of thing for me while I wait for more stuff to come out.
Sure. I think we're all waiting for more stuff to come out.
Sure, yeah.
That's January, so.
Yeah. Speaking
I'm
of
good with the lull right now.
Speaking of co-op shooters, I jumped back into Resident Evil Raccoon City.
Why?
I don't know, because I know that Games for Windows Live has been having some troubles, and Dark Souls 2 finally pulled out.
Wait, just recently? Like, it just recently had some troubles?
Well, no, not just recently, but like, one of the things that happened is that Dark Souls pulled away from that, so they are no longer part of the Games for Windows Live. So I wanted to see if
things
that
are going bad, you should pull out.
Yeah.
Just, like,
that's
advice.
That's how I live my life. Just pull out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just, it's safe.
Anyways, what isn't safe is Resident Evil Raccoon City, because that game plays like trash. It's not very good.
Well, it's because it plays like SOCOM, and if you don't like SOCOM, then it's garbage.
No, that's not why at all. It's because I'm playing it on PC, and it has bad mouse mapping. It feels basic. Okay, so it's made to be played with a controller. That much is fair. But
so then why aren't you playing with a controller?
Because I don't want to. I don't like playing shooters with a controller on the PC. It's terrible.
Okay.
It's just not as good. So the mouse mapping basically feels like, even if you, like, put up the sensitivity of the mouse, it has that weird, like, controller acceleration that, like, if you were playing with a joystick, so it feels like I'm playing with, like, a giant joystick that's really loose or something every time I try to aim and shoot, so it's wonky feeling. It's not made for, like, good mouse detection for, like, precision aiming or anything like that. So I probably should play this if I want to keep playing it with a controller, but I'm probably just going to uninstall it because there's nothing inherently satisfying about that game at all, and even less so now that there's, like, nobody at all playing it anymore. You're just playing with AI. So it's not very good.
Does the company even made the game exist anymore? I thought it went bankrupt after either SOCOM 4 or this one.
I sure hope they did. For sure. It's not very good.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, I remember when this game came out, so many people online and stuff were praising it and saying they loved it, and I can't... I love Resident Evil games, don't get me wrong. Like, they are my favorite. I can't see how this was ever good. I don't know.
Is this the worst Resident Evil?
Maybe?
No, Resident Evil Gaiden.
Gaiden... had a charm about it, but it was the worst playing one. So I'll give you that. I kind of like that they tried to do something different.
Are they doing a sequel to this one?
To Raccoon City?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Revelations is getting a sequel.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's still not very good. I would argue it probably never was. It was just kind of one of those of the moments. I have 3 friends that are also playing this with me, so any game that you play with friends is inherently a good time because you're doing an activity with friends. I don't have that luxury. I'm playing with crappy AI and some random people that are like level 70 jumping into my level 3 game and just like wrecking shit or just running around aimlessly, and that's not fun at all. So
now, are you mad at the game or are you mad at yourself because you pushed all your friends away?
Like maybe a little bit of both, but I'm more mad at the game.
Never thought about that.
Because
you're right.
I never like I pushed my friends away myself. I never made this game bad myself. So a little onus has to be put on their part.
Sure.
Other than that, last night after work, I spent a little bit of time with a kind of old acquaintance of mine's new game, Jump Jet Rex, out on Steam Early Access, I believe, right now.
Yep, came out yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So that game is pretty fun. Platforming, like a platformer, a retro-style platformer, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, it's a weird like flight simi platform. It's a challenging game too. I ended up he asked me to stream it yesterday actually.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't have
flight sim platformer. What does that mean?
Well, it's called Jump Jet Rex because you're a T-Rex with jump jets. So you've got little rocket boots that you can fly around with.
Okay.
But you also have to like dodge like all these things on the ground. So it's like a
Super Meat Boy with floating.
Is this Jetpack Joyride?
No, because that's Jetpack Joyride is an auto scroller, isn't it?
It's an NS runner. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is like a straight up platformer.
Okay.
Yeah. That game's fun. My biggest gripe with it right now is I didn't have a controller plugged in, so I was playing it with a keyboard, and that doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I had that problem when I was streaming yesterday. I thought I was going to be okay with the keyboard and mouse, and I just kept goofing up constantly.
I thought I would be too, and yeah, it's not very good. So that game, I think, is meant to be played with a controller, which is totally fair, because I didn't like Super Meat Boy with a keyboard either. So I will give it another shot.
That game also does not have a windowed mode, a proper one. There's no way to resize the window. So
can you just Shift-Enter?
That's what I did. Alt-Enter, yeah.
Or Alt-Enter,
yeah. Wouldn't let me resize it. It still took up the entire screen.
Wait, what does Alt-Enter normally do?
Alt-Enter turns a full screen program into windowed and vice versa.
Yeah.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
You never knew that?
Of course I did. What are you, what are you talking about?
Good save.
I was making sure you knew what it did.
Right.
Nerd.
Jesus.
What is it fun? What? Keep moving.
Yeah, no, it is actually very fun. The music's great. It feels probably the way it should, even though like with the keyboard it's kind of hard to get that tactile feel for a platformer like you would with a controller, so I'll have to go back and revisit that with the proper method. Other than that, it's charming. It's fine. If you buy it now, I think you get an extra copy you could give away to a friend to try out as well.
You also get it for $5 cheaper.
And you get it for a bit cheaper, that's right. So, like, if you wanted to try this out, go ahead and maybe purchase it, because you're essentially getting 2 for 1, and you can give a copy to somebody. It's fine, though.
And you guys said you know this guy? Is that correct? Did I hear that right?
Yeah,
okay.
I met him probably 7 years ago on the Penny Arcade forums in the Artist Corner chat.
Okay.
I don't know him personally, but I actually have apparently a couple friends who know him besides Paul. So,
and
one of them got in touch with me. So
friend of a friend.
Yeah, I mean he's local. He's Edmonton, so yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
I can see why you said that.
Boom.
Fucking bombs just dropping tonight. Jesus.
Dropping them. Yeah.
Angry.
Just salty. That's all I've been playing though.
Cool, John. Do you want to continue?
Sure. I've been playing a lot of Picross 3D.
Nice.
Okay. The best Picross game.
I kind of agree.
No.
Oh my gosh, you're just wrong.
No. I like it. I really like it, but I forgot how much of a pain in the ass it is at times, especially if you want to play every puzzle. Because you have to beat all these puzzles under a certain time limit without making a mistake if you want to unlock everything.
Oh, I totally forgot there's a time limit.
Yeah,
that is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, I remember this was actually really fun, and then I went back to it, and I was at like the tail end of the normal puzzles, and I was like, oh, I finished almost all these puzzles either just under or just over like the time limit for the perfect rank, so I have to do the puzzle over again.
Oh wait, does the time limit just for a perfect rank, or does it like end your game?
It's both. There's 3 parts to the timer. There's the green portion, which means you get the time bonus. There's the yellow, which is just like, oh, here's remaining time. And then there's the red, where if you hit that, it instantly stops.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound familiar now.
Yeah. And then, of course, you can't make a mistake. You're allowed to make 5 mistakes otherwise, but if you make any mistakes on the majority of the puzzles, you lose ranking. So once again, you have to redo a puzzle if you accidentally misclick, and you will like misclick a lot in that game.
Yeah, with the polygonal nature of it. I still really like Picross 3D.
It's fun. I'm still enjoying it, but like today I got to a point where I misread a symbol because the number that shows up on screen, if it's got a square around it, that means there are like 2 gaps between the spaces. And if there's a circle, it means it's 1. And because of the camera, I thought it was a circle, but it ended up being a square, so I fucked up and had to redo a couple puzzles because of that. I don't know. It's very clear why it has not gotten a sequel, because there was just a couple little hiccups on it.
But it's like the biggest difference. All the other Picross is like the exact same stuff.
Yeah, but I'm also sure that doesn't take much in the way of resources to make.
No, I know, but I'm just, if you're wanting anything different, like if you're playing Picross and you're like, I wonder what else there is, your option is nothing else that's different or Picross 3D. So I think that's just why I like it, is it's like the unique one.
I just don't think we're going to get a sequel of it because I realized it's made by HAL, so the Kirby guys, and they're usually busy making Kirby. So,
but Kirby is one of the best franchises Nintendo has, so
it's one of the high ones, yeah.
Yeah.
HAL's where it's at.
Word.
Yep.
I also forgot this game had that weird like cube mascot. Do you remember that?
No. What do you mean?
So on the top screen, there's like this little weird orangey yellow cube that looks like a cube mixed with like Picasso abstract art. And it just it cheers you on the top screen and like warps around and stuff.
It's coming back to me a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot that guy was in there in general, and I was just like, oh, he's dancing around there under the timer and scolding me when I go over timer. Okay.
Right. Well, they got to do something with that extra screen.
I don't know. I like it. If you can find a copy, I recommend it because I think it was $20 when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
And that's, besides the stream stuff, that's all I've been playing.
All right. So this week I finished up Shadow of Mordor.
Fuck yeah, you did.
It's so good. By the end of that, I was so powerful.
Yeah.
And again, like I didn't do every side quest, but every one that like, because there's like main side quests relating to like powering up your weapons and stuff. So I did, like, they'll show up on your map as like, this is a bow mission or this is a stealth mission.
Yeah.
I did every single one of those. So all my weapons were at like max power. And yeah, just when you're rolling up at the end there with your army of like orc war chiefs under your control, and then like his army of like 5 super orc war chiefs, and you have this huge battle, it was just awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I will say though, like you finished it as well, Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say the final fight I don't like because it's basically just a quick time event. Which seems completely in contrast.
Cheap.
Well, it's just weird. Like you've made me the most badass dude ever, and you're not letting me like fully utilize all my abilities against the actual biggest like badass in the game. Mm-hmm. It's just, why don't you just kind of watch the cutscene? And so that was just kind of a bummer. But and everything leading up to that was definitely really cool, and I just loved doing everything in that game. The abilities you get near the end, where you're just like fire arrows and being able to like execute 2 guys when you get a kill streak going, and every time you hit one thing, if you hit it correctly, you'll get ×3 to your bonus. Like, yeah, because the game started off with like, oh man, there's a lot of orcs, I need to kind of stealth this a bit. And then it got to the point where it's like, there's like 20 orcs there? Oh, this is a piece of cake. I'm just going to dive bomb one of them and then just melee my way through it. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. For example, for you, John, you saw me fighting like that army that one time, and I had to run away a couple times to like regroup. By the end of it, I was like making them under my control, killing 2 guys like every 3 sword swings. I would have been able to take them on hands down, like blindfolded. That's how powerful I became.
Yeah,
so
because you get like power-ups as well that heal you as you do executions and stuff too. Like you become an unstoppable force by the end.
And there's those 3 bonuses you can unlock that are like 2500 M or whatever it is, where it's like when you click in the 2 sticks, every time you press like 2 of the buttons, you can do an execution move.
Yeah.
And then I had a power up that every time I do an execution move, it like raises how much of that I have. So I would be able to like execute like maybe like at least 5 guys before it drained, if not more. It was, yeah. That game has a really cool ending part. I quite enjoyed it. And then other than that, I've just been playing a whole bunch of pair solitaire on my phone.
Okay.
That game is perfect for the train. And the weird thing is the leaderboard is broken. I don't understand how that could be. Like, it goes through Game Center, but it won't update normally. Like, if I look at my Game Center leader score, it's not my highest one. So that makes comparing with people really hard. But again, just, if you have someone you're playing with who's also trying to beat your score, that's a ton of fun to go back and forth with. So I'm just playing a lot of pair solitaire. You guys should see if it's on Android. I would highly recommend checking out some pair solitaire.
Okay.
But then apart from that, that's all I've been playing, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. So let's go on to all the news that happened.
All of them.
All right.
There was a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Should we start with that or leave that for the last part?
I guess I mentioned this. Let's go through it.
Yeah. Okay. So you know that Nintendo's doing that new 3DS XL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was revealed for like a release date and all that sort of jazz. So that's coming.
Finally, it's weird because all the other like areas that Nintendo has their consoles at knew that they were getting it and when they were getting it months ago. They've known since like I think September, October.
I think we knew like springtime-ish.
Well, there were people saying rumors February 13th. Rumors says. It's like, you fuckers, you know.
We didn't get actual confirmation until like yesterday.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was really dumb.
What's the date? February 13th?
February 13th, $200.
Which is same day as
Majora's Mask.
And Monster Hunter 4.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so I guess Majora's Mask also coming out that day.
Yeah.
I guess that's also kind of an announcement.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Also, apparently they're not going to be including an AC adapter in the box.
Yeah, that's actually normal in other territories. North America.
Oh, did they say that for North America as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one. That's insane. How are they getting away with that?
They expect you to use your other 3DS charger.
I mean, that's fine. I have one.
Yeah, but like for the people that don't, you're going to have to buy it for $10.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a little weird omission.
I knew Japan was doing that, and I guess, I knew Australia had it like that as well. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
We're also not getting the standard version of the new 3DS. We're only getting the XL.
That's right. Yep.
Again, also weird. Which that I'm kind of okay with because I was deciding which one I wanted, and I was already leaning towards the bigger one because I have a small one at the moment. And then they just kind of like made my decision for me, and it was like, well, good thing I was leaning towards that one. So.
Yeah, I had the same problem, but I was leaning the opposite way. I was thinking of still going with a small one, but obviously they forced my hand, so now I've got the Majora's Mask one.
I wanted that big one because if I want a small one, I can go back to it. And the Vita's screen is so nice and big, so I was like, I kind of want a big one. So I mainly play my 3DS at home anyway, so it's not a big issue.
Yeah, I don't know. I travel a lot, so it's nice to have the smaller portable one. But
that's true. Yeah, that's true. But
so we'll see. We'll see how I feel with.
Are you going to import a small one then?
No, because they're region locked.
You have to for your museum, though.
Yeah. He's totally great. Someone's going to be in there and be like, you're missing a 3DS.
What happens when the international audience comes to your museum, John, and they want to play some Japanese games, and it's like...
And they're like, this screen is too big.
Right.
I'm upset. The conditions here. Oh, North Americans. They're awful. I heard everything was bigger here. Anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of that new 3DS and Majora's Mask, that limited edition one, or that Majora's Mask 3DS sold out real fast.
Like the day of, I was here.
Online,
15 minutes.
Online and in stores in the U.S. Bizarrely enough, Canada was like, no, we've got a bunch.
Yeah.
Well, we just don't have the population to fill it, so.
I guess
Apparently.
Yeah. I don't even get it. Like, I don't like decals on my systems.
I kind of agree with you, so.
I can't.
However, as far as like decals and decorations go, this one's pretty nice. It's pretty simple and classy.
Sure, it doesn't look terrible. That's true. Mm-hmm. But I'm surprised this many people are into Majora's Mask. I never hear that.
No, a lot of people. It's become like, I think, the cult favorite.
Yeah, a resurgence, I guess.
I guess so.
It's that nostalgia factor hitting that is like.
Mm-hmm. So I didn't watch the Nintendo Direct, so luckily I can play devil's advocate to a lot of this. Are we getting the faceplates that Japan has?
No, that was only for the small one.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay, wow, why wouldn't they bring the small one over? Actually, I did read a short article, and Nintendo. It was something like Nintendo kind of says why, but in the end they didn't really say why.
They basically said it was a per area decision, and just Nintendo of America didn't think it was worth it.
That makes no sense to me.
That was the equivalent of what they said.
They must have got the numbers back on the standard 3DS and just saw that no one's buying the small one once the 3DS XL came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can think of. Otherwise, why not? So
possibly, yeah. I kind of like this thing. Wii games are going to be now pretty soon available here for the Wii U.
They already are. Mario Galaxy 2 is on there for $10.
Yes. Also,
that's a sale price, because it's going to be for the first week is 10 and then it goes to 20.
Okay, that's a great deal.
Yeah.
And when my friend downloaded it, because he had already had his Wii transferred over, his save just went onto the downloaded version.
Seriously? That's actually pretty sweet.
Yeah, when he opened it up, he's like, oh, hey, I have all the stars. And he even sent me a photo. And I was like, that's great. That's awesome. I'm surprised Nintendo was that forward-thinking with technology.
Right.
So, just a small thing. I don't know if that's going to be for all of them, but at least for Galaxy 2, that definitely happened.
Yeah. Also, Punch-Out and Metroid Prime Trilogy come in as well.
Right. Yep.
So, that's pretty cool. I like that. I put some stuff in here because I care about the going-ons of Amiibos a lot.
Okay. Great. Yeah. I mean, okay. So does John.
No, a lot of people do. I have had 3-hour conversations. I'm going to give a shout out to my boy Tony, Zedit Shade in the chat if he's there. Me and him talked for 3 hours about Amiibos one night.
What? Why? How would you have 3 hours worth of content to talk about with Amiibos?
Because we talked about
each one individually.
No, trackers and stuff, and finding the rare ones and stuff. Because the hunt is more fun than the actual Amiibos.
You got pretty into Skylanders as well, though, right?
Yes, and it makes me so happy that the people that are into Nintendo will have to deal with some of the same bullshit we did with Skylanders. Because one of the things that they announced, there's going to be another series of Super Mario character Amiibos coming out.
Mm-hmm.
These are for Mario Party 10, right?
Yes.
So you can get another Mario.
And Luigi and Peach. Yeah.
Did I not say what happens if they bring out just another Mario? John, will you get it? And I ask you again, John.
I thought I said I would if they changed the design, which they did.
Okay, I guess I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're going to get 2 Marios?
Of course.
So here's the thing. It ties into the next part of the story.
Yeah.
Where each amiibo can only hold 1 game's worth of data.
Which
so
we've discussed before as well.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, so that's how they
You know how
get
dumb
away
that
with
is?
it.
That's almost as dumb as you can only have 10 games on your 3DS for Street Pass.
Yeah, it
12,
is.
12.
Is it 12?
It's 12.
Oh, okay.
But,
I'm a little
Street
less
Pass,
pissed.
But Street Pass itself is considered one of those 12 games.
What?
Yeah,
amazing.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that. That's great. That's so good.
That's amazing. You can have 11 games. Who comes up with that number? Okay.
Marketing executives, I guess.
Maybe it was we wanted to do 12, but we didn't want to have 13 because that's unlucky. I don't know.
That's you might not be off with that guess. Even.
Maybe like if I have a memory card in there, and it has space, I should be able to do whatever I want. And I have a huge memory card in there. I got space for days. So.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, but yeah, so you were mentioning amiibos can only have one game save. So if you take any of the Smash Bros ones that will work with Mario Party 10, which is the 3 you mentioned plus Wario and Yoshi and Donkey Kong.
For the new ones that are being released or for Mario Party 10? Mario Party 10 was the old ones are Donkey Kong, Wario, and Rosalina.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you take your ones you have now that have a save for Smash Bros. Of any of the ones that can work with Mario Party, you have to erase the Smash Bros. Data. I was just kind of reiterating that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
They are. Yeah, so the new releases is it just those 3? Peach, Luigi, and Mario?
And Yoshi, I believe, right?
No, it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Toad.
Oh, it's Bowser and Toad.
Toad's the new one.
Yeah.
Toad's the new one and unlocks stuff in Treasure Tracker.
Yeah, it unlocks like another collectible to find in each stage.
Yeah, which considering how many are already in that game, that's surprising.
I mean, what else could they do, I guess?
New
stages would have been
more
awesome.
Stages. I thought it was going to be more stages.
That would have been awesome. And that's what it should be. This should be like DLC.
Maybe this will unlock stages. Who knows?
I'm assuming they would have said that, but like...
what
am I more excited for? New stages, or do you want to play the stages you already played again?
I'm still saying when they release Mewtwo for Smash or something as amiibo, it's going to be a DLC thing. That's how you get the character if you don't own both games. I'm calling it right now.
You really think so?
I mean,
that's a good idea.
That is not a bad idea, yeah.
But like we just went through like 3 different things of bad ideas Nintendo has done, so I have no faith in that.
They're holding the fun hostage, I think, is the term you coined up. In little amiibo prisons.
Start in 2015 off by holding the fun hostage.
There you go. They're not even giving you an AC adapter, so
exactly. That's literally holding the fun hostage. Just like, hey, you're gonna be able to play this thing for like 4 hours, and then that's it. More money, please. Like what?
Yeah.
Pay as you go model.
Also, keeping on with the amiibos, you know how Marth is like super stupid expensive now because it's hard to find one? Well, it's coming back, so don't worry about that anymore, guys.
But I literally just bought one on eBay yesterday.
I was thinking about like all the poor people that are just like, I just spent $100 on Marth. What the fuck?
I lost my house for this guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm wondering what's going to happen with us because Rosalina and Luma is Target exclusive. And today, Target announced it's leaving Canada.
That's crazy.
Yep.
When I read that this morning, I was like, what? That's so weird.
I was wondering how we could work that in tonight somehow, so I'm so glad John did.
Cool thing about that, though, is when Zellers was going out of business, you could buy all their stuff for super cheap. So have fun, guys.
Yeah, Target's probably going to do the same, but I mean, they're half barely stocked as it is. So.
Oh, I would say 10%. They have nothing there. Fuck.
I mean, I went to the one at Chinook Mall a few times, and it always seemed fine. So I was genuinely surprised.
It's okay. So
come to the Sunridge one sometime. It's like a fucking Wolverine went through there.
If there's one Target to go to in Calgary, of course the Chinook one will be packed. So
yeah,
like I'm sure the one at West Hills is garbage. So
yeah, probably. And also they released the next wave. So
they announced the new ones.
I'll quickly go through this. Robin, Lucina, Charizard, Wario, Pac-Man, and Ness. That's your.
Ness is clearly the coolest one out of there, right?
That's your new roster there. So
yeah. So you guys are already starting. Can you pre-order them yet? Have you guys jumped on this?
I looked in store. They didn't have it. The only thing they had from the Direct on the first day was the Majora's Mask 3DS.
That's right. Yeah.
Did you order one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said that's the one he bought.
What else is coming out for those ones? Do we know what colors and stuff?
God, what was it? Red, black, and what was the third color? There's 3 colors, and then there's the Majora's Mask one, and then there's the Monster Hunter one. That brings up another point, which I find a little silly. The Majora's Mask one does not come with the game preloaded or the game at all in North America, but the Monster Hunter 4 bundle does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it doesn't even come with like a physical copy?
Doesn't come with a game period.
Wow.
It's just the Majora's Mask 3DS.
That's so dumb. Ridiculous.
And it's only in North America that's happening, apparently. In Europe and Japan, it's preloaded on there.
I might get a red one. The red one that's a nice red. It's kind of like a deep red.
That crimson red?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But I'm trying to find the other colors. Some people in the chat are thinking it's just red and black, isn't it?
Maybe.
Someone's saying I'm seeing red.
I thought it was 3 colors and Monster Hunter.
I'm seeing red, black, and Monster Hunter. Another person saying it's just red and black, isn't it? I mean, I have a black 3DS, so I think I would prefer to get the red one.
Sure, yeah.
But and they're saying the Monster Hunter bundle is more expensive, which of course it is if it comes with a game. But they should have done that for Majora's Mask. Like, who's getting the Majora's Mask 3DS who doesn't want to play the Majora's Mask game?
Right. Yeah.
Like, is anyone literally looking at that and being like, I like that face? Are you serious?
It's a pretty good face. It's a pretty good decal.
John, explain yourself.
I will probably play Majora's Mask 3DS. I'm half messing.
Okay, like, yeah, seriously, I don't like Majora's Mask, but I like that face. Anyway, what else?
I do actually like the Majora's Mask design. I have a beat art one around here, so.
Yeah, no, I like it too. I think it's cool. The mask.
Out of all the Zeldas I've played the least of Majora's Mask. So it'll be a chance for me to finish it this time, I guess. But so
yeah, cool.
All right, what else happened at the Direct? Let's go down this list.
The new Fire Emblem.
New Fire Emblem, yeah, that's awesome. That's
sure.
Great. Fire Emblem's great. Can't wait.
Codename
Probably gonna be
Steam.
another year.
It also seemed like it was kind of like feudal Japan, like lots of samurai stuff going on. At least
I think that was just like the cutscene, bizarrely enough, because the actual gameplay, everything looked. Or no, you're right. There were a couple.
There were some where it looked like pagodas and stuff going on, and there was at one point when they it was like, I think when near the final shot showed like a bad guy on a horse, and then who I'm assuming is the protagonist was like going at him, but the way he was holding his sword, I was like, that looks a lot like a Myrmidon. And I'm just saying, protagonist Myrmidon, that is the best class in Fire Emblem.
That'd be so broken, though. Like, the leader is almost always supposed to be a lord or become a lord at some point.
I'm just saying, Myrmidons are where it's at, and when they become sword masters, they're the shit. So that's always the best character.
Yeah.
But yeah, new Fire Emblem. I'm always excited for Fire Emblem. The last one was sweet.
Codename Steam.
And they're coming to Codename Steam, right?
Yeah, all 4 of the Fire Emblem amiibos will put characters into Codename Steam.
Which also is why Martha's coming, by the way. I kind of glazed over why it's coming back, but that's why.
It's funny that it's just specifically Marth when like Villager and Wii Fit Trainer are also harder to find.
Oh, wait, so you need the amiibo to get these characters in Steam?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, that's officially the best use of amiibos so far.
But you also need the new Nintendo 3DS to use the amiibo to actually unlock it in the game.
That's right.
Okay, I was for a second I thought Steam was like a Wii U game, but I guess it's 3DS.
No.
So the new 3DS has an NFC chip in it, obviously.
Correct. That's one of the big changes between the two models.
Regardless, that is still like it's not the coolest function, but that is so far the best function of amiibos. In my opinion, like you actually get something cool, not just a sword.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Speaking of just a sword, new DLC for Hyrule Warriors is coming out.
Yeah, Tingle, right?
Ah, yes, my favorite sword of Tingle.
Tingle and Young Link.
I mean,
a little upset with Young Link.
Sure.
I didn't see Young Link. I just saw the picture for Tingle.
Well, that's all anyone actually cared about was Tingle.
Well, and Tingle looks creepy as hell, and that's the best.
Yeah.
He should look creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Because he's a creepy as hell character.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. He is, an old man hanging out with kids and fairies and dressing up like them. I would get a Tingle amiibo.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as he looked like...
Because that's the only time you would ever find a little figurine of Tingle is in an amiibo.
But if he was like kind of cutesy, I would not be into it. But if he was like some 5 o'clock shadow, like he's got some stubble...
Yeah.
Like, if he looks like he's been drinking a bit, because he probably has.
Like, he just got out of the steel mill, basically. It's Friday, 6 o'clock. He just got off work.
Yeah, where are you going to find him? Of course you're finding him at the bar.
Right.
Or the gutter outside of that bar, mumbling about children.
Right. You're not wrong.
So
yeah.
I want that amiibo. I want him... Basically, I want a amiibo of Tingle, but he's vomiting. That's the pose. make that.
I'm just picturing it in my head. It's so good. It's so good.
But it's like Kuala Lumpur. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really bummed out that Young Link was the extra character and not Skull Kid. And Skull Kid's a costume instead for someone else.
And it would have made more sense to have Skull Kid.
Yeah.
It just
Young
would
Link
have.
or Toon Link?
It's Young Link.
Oh, that's lame.
So it's Young Link, and he has the Fierce Deity's mask, and he can randomly equip it and turn into Fierce Deity Link.
Okay. Can he turn into Zora and play a electric guitar on his fish?
Not that they've
phone?
shown so far, so I don't know. If he could turn into all four, that'd be great. I'd be totally down for that.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
But if it's just like, oh, it's just Young Link with a big sword, and he sometimes turns into Fierce Deity, it's just I'm not as enthused.
That's probably what it'll be.
But which is why I'm glad we at least get Tingle. So
Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles for new 3DS coming April.
Okay.
that's in Japan, isn't it? I don't think we've got a confirmed
U.S.
date.
release confirmed
US,
April.
yeah, US.
Oh no,
release.
sorry, I'm thinking Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm thinking the Wii U one.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, is Xenoblade Chronicles already out in Japan? Because that was the first game announced for the new 3DS.
Very well could be. No idea.
I don't know.
I am not Japanese. So
I'll look that up.
Okay. What else is on this list? Splatoon is coming in May. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars will be the first Nintendo game to feature any manner of cross-buying. If you buy the Wii U version, Nintendo will offer you a download code for the 3DS version, and that's out March 5th. Hey, that's cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Confirming Xenoblade Chronicles for 3DS is not out in Japan yet. Comes out around the same time.
Very cool. Okay.
April 2015 in all territories.
Cool.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, February 20th, so that's fantastic.
Pokemon Shuffle.
Yeah. Is this the free-to-play one? Yeah, I should download that.
Yeah.
Is that already out?
It releases... hang on. All I'm seeing is Pokemon Shuffle, a new Pokemon-themed puzzle game, will be available for free on the 3DS eShop.
Guess it's not out yet then.
I don't know. I guess maybe it's not out. But there's no release date, so I would assume that would mean it's out. I don't know. I can't see it being that far off.
Well, the idea of this Nintendo Direct was everything that's coming out this year. So theoretically, anything that was announced in this Direct is coming out this year.
And then I'm also seeing, this is the most important news.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
This is the most important news.
It is.
On the Japanese stream, they announced a new Rhythm Heaven game.
Yeah, fuck yeah, they did.
Like
100 mini games.
You can cancel every other Nintendo game we just talked about. Give me that Rhythm Heaven. That literally is the best franchise Nintendo has.
So
Yeah.
I didn't watch the Direct. I just read the Cliff Notes. I saw a lot of people on Twitter complaining that instead of showing this, because apparently we're not getting it, we got shown some like generic third-person shooter or something. What was up with that? Iron Fall or Iron Sky?
I didn't watch.
I have no idea. I don't know what that is.
That's all I saw on my Twitter feed was people complaining about.
I have to
some
look that
generic
up.
Shooter.
That sounds so generic for like. Yeah. Okay. Iron Fall, Iron Sky. What is it?
Something like that. I don't know. I can look back through my Twitter feed if you want.
Oh, little known fact: Iron Sky is a 2012 movie.
Oh, that's the one with the Nazis on the moon.
That's the one.
I have no idea what this is.
The Nazis set up a secret base on the dark side of
Yeah.
the moon.
The chat is saying it's called Ironfall.
Ironfall. Fuck me.
So you're looking at the wrong thing.
Ironfall.
Ironfall looks impressive for a game made by 3 people. So I guess it's an indie game.
I've seen a lot of games made by 3
No,
people
but
that
they
are
didn't
pretty
mention
impressive.
that these 3 people are Bobby Kodak, Cliff Blazinski, and
So we got the money,
Ron Gilbert.
we got the talent, and we got the funny. All right.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know anything about this Ironfall at all. So
Astro says it's a pretty cool Gears of War-esque shooter coming for the 3DS.
okay, sure, why not?
Did they mention how many of these are exclusive to new 3DS? Is Codename Steam new 3DS? Oh, I'm seeing and new 3DS with enhanced features for Codename Steam.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay.
I'm the most excited for another Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah, that's the correct everyone should be more excited for a new
Yeah,
Rhythm.
shame we're not getting it.
I'm sure we'll get it at some point. But
it doesn't matter because when you import that Japanese 3DS, the small one, I'll be able to play it at your house in your museum.
He's not wrong. That's exactly how it goes.
Should I set up a Patreon at this point?
You really should. I will be your first patron. Oh my god! I will give you $1 a month.
What would I even?
I'm not even gonna sign up on Patreon. I'm just gonna go to your house every month and give you $5.
If you start getting like $25 a month, you have to start committing like, okay, I'll buy a new game that will go into the museum, and then you got to start buying cases.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And once it gets big enough,
actually sounding like a decent idea. What are you doing?
Once this comes up to like, I'm making like $500 a month, you need to start looking into like renting spaces.
Oh god, why is this actually sounding like a viable
idea? You can pay monthly rent through your Patreon. There we go.
Oh god.
That would actually be really cool. Like, hey, come to my museum. It's free and completely funded by Patreon. That's a new thing. No one's done that. You'd probably get in the paper.
Why does this sound like an possible thing?
Anyway, but I just wanted to reiterate, Rhythm Heaven Fever is so good. If you have not played that for the Wii, you're missing out on one of the funnest and funniest games. And that was a budget title.
Anyone you can find, even, just pick it up. They're all good.
That's true. Rhythm Heaven Fever is easily my favorite. It looks so great. So for the 3DS, let's do it. That's okay. Anything else from the Direct that we should bring up? And it'll be in the shadow of that last announcement.
Yeah, I don't know. Monster Hunter's coming out. I think we said that kind of.
Yep. Yeah. February 13th.
So I know Marshmallow in the chat's going to be just off the walls. So there you go.
Splatoon comes out in May. I forget if we mentioned that.
Yeah, we did. We kind of glossed over it. I don't know.
Oh, dude, we didn't mention Puzzle and Dragons.
Yeah, you're right. We didn't. We completely glossed over it, actually.
Yeah, so the latest installment, which was Japan-only Puzzle and Dragons, is coming to the US.
Yeah.
It will include Puzzle and Dragons Z and the Mario-themed Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition in one package. It's in May.
I thought we got Puzzle and Dragons over here. It's a mobile game.
I'm just looking at this article, the heretofore Japan-only puzzle series, Puzzle and Dragon.
All right, guess not. I thought for sure we had gotten one of them, though.
Yes. I mean, I'll check iOS right now, because that's where it would be, and I'll see what comes up.
Oh, man. Could you imagine a Hatsune Miku Rhythm Heaven game? That would be so good. Vocaloid and Rhythm Heaven put together.
I kind of really like Rhythm Heaven as it is, but I'll take any Rhythm Heaven. Puzzle and Dragons. Puzzle and Dragons English. Okay, yeah, I guess we do have a Puzzle and Dragons game. But I guess maybe they're talking to like Nintendo platforms.
Yeah, this is the first time for it being on Nintendo platform in North America. Because otherwise it's mobile. So I even thought there was like a Batman one or like a DC Universe one that we got.
Not on iOS. It's just standard Puzzle and Dragons by Gung Ho Online Entertainment. Anyway, whatever.
Cool.
All right, so that was the Nintendo Direct. What other news happened this last week?
Hey, you know something weird that happened? Rock Band's getting more songs?
It got its songs.
Yeah.
They're out. They were like, hey, one more time, let's end it off with Foo Fighters.
Avenged Sevenfold and Arctic Monkeys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is extraordinarily weird.
That came out as super... it seems like it was more of just like there was some contractual obligation that they were like, oh crap, I guess we have to put out a bit more. It says here we said we would.
It's been 2 years.
Yeah. Wasn't it like 21 months is the number I think I was hearing?
Oh, you're right. It actually says that right there. Yeah, 21 months.
Anyways, yeah, that's super weird because the last time they did it, it was like, what did they end with? American Pie was the song they ended with, I think.
That sounds right.
And it was like a big, like, we're going out strong, American Pie. Here's the song you want, or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
But, I don't know. I guess it's just got people talking like, are they testing waters? Do we want a new rock band? Is it time? What do you guys think?
I feel like that was testing the waters, and I don't think it's time for a new one yet.
It isn't.
I think
let this current generation settle in a bit more before even trying it.
it would definitely be weird for the instruments, but the thing I've been hearing getting thrown around all over the place is subscription model, karaoke style. You pay for like 3 hours of unlimited access to their library of songs.
I'd be okay with that.
That's
myself.
not a bad idea.
That's an incredible idea. Like you have some friends over and you're like, yeah, I'll give you guys like $15 or whatever to unlimited access for the night. That's yeah.
Isn't there a game on one of the major three that
You're thinking Xbox 360, a karaoke game came out that did
correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear many people talking about that, but that was another good idea. But it would work perfectly for Rock Band. Like, I could see them coming out with like a few hours is like the lowest number, maybe like a 24-hour one you could purchase, or then a monthly subscription.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
yeah, because like in my situation, I had probably about $200 worth of DLC songs from Rock Band 1, then 2, like carrying over and so on.
sure.
And when my first PlayStation 3 died and I got a replacement for it, I couldn't swap over the ID stuff that you need to do by hooking up the PlayStations together.
Wait, you couldn't?
No. Because it was dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
PS3s
so
were really weird about transferring it first.
So
That is weird.
I lost $200 worth of music to play in that game. So this is something I would be way into to get me back in.
Yeah. Well, again, that's just what I've been hearing. The idea that like journalists are saying should happen, and it totally should.
Agreed. So I put a bunch of stuff in here. Do you want me to like take the forefront on some of these?
Yeah.
Hollow Miami 2 is already banned in Australia because there's a scene where your character rapes somebody.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently the scene in question, which is quote unquote controversial, is after killing.
I can't imagine why.
After killing a bunch of dudes, there's like a woman like crying or screaming or something. You basically pin her down to the ground and start thrusting into her. So that.
Thank you for explaining that.
So that has led the Hotline Miami 2 developer to say, if you live in Australia, just pirate it. I don't care.
Sure, okay.
Where my thing is, just don't put rape in a video game.
I mean, like artistic intent, like he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, like I hope there's some context for it. Otherwise, it's just kind of like that is just gratuitous in a way that is so unnecessary. I don't know how you can explain rape, I guess, is my problem. Like, call me controversial, but that's just kind of not cool.
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll just have to play it and find out.
I don't know. That left a bad taste in my mouth, and I was not very happy upon seeing that. So that's happened. We'll see about that. Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PC, release date got pushed back, and system specs were released for that, so you can see if you can run it. I'm looking forward to that game. It was supposed to come out, I think it was January 27th, so 2 weeks from now, basically. And it is now coming out March. So they pushed it back 2 months.
What's this I'm hearing about the game being like 62 gigs or something like that?
Yeah, something. When I read that, I was just like, Jesus, really? I'm guessing a lot of that has to do with the assets to make it like the third person and first person back and forth, and probably just more. Well, you can do it in full 4K resolution as well. Like it is the like extreme definition.
Yeah,
resolution.
it says both the minimum and recommended for hard drive space is 65 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably means it's under it, but still.
Yeah. The basic.
Just to step back for a sec.
Yeah.
I was reading the chat and people are bringing up like, hey, there's rape in books and stuff and movies.
Yeah.
So why is this different for games? I guess it would be because you're doing it.
It's
right?
interactivity.
Yeah, and like.
Yeah.
And this makes me think of when Modern Warfare 2 came out, and you had the option of not playing the airport gunning down
No
scene.
Russian. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seems like this guy, like the developer, doesn't care that it's in there. I doubt there'll be a mode where you can turn it off.
If there's context for it, fine. But like as it stands right now, it sounds gross.
I mean, I don't know what context you'd have.
That's kind of my thing.
The context was a video shoot, is what I saw written down.
That's not helping it.
I don't think
I know.
I don't think this is the first time people have like this was known. I think this was known because I remember
I
when
feel like this has something like this has been discussed before. Like Hotline Miami 2 was going to do something really disgusting.
Yeah, I think the news story is more the Australia banning it, but I'm pretty sure it's been pretty controversial since starting its development. Yeah, and I think even the rape stuff. So, but regardless, like I'm just pointing out that would obviously be the difference from the other media, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe there'll be a mode where you can skip it if you're uncomfortable with that, which would, I don't know, like. I don't see anyone being upset for putting an option to skip it in there. I doubt this guy's going to, but
yeah,
I could see him being the only person actually upset about it because
like no one's going to be like, why did you put a mode where I could skip it in? Like if you really want to do it, you don't have to select the mode.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'm more worried for people that like could be triggered by something like that for no reason. Like I don't know. Like
hopefully there's at least a warning, I guess.
Well, listening to the top-down perspective on the 15th of January, I guess, was your warning.
Yeah, I should have been listening to us.
There you go. Echo Clips in the chat brings up a pretty good point. Because Hotline Miami is supposed to be hyper-violent, so I mean, rape kind of seemed like part of the package. I guess I could see that argument, but I don't know. It's still like a touchy subject.
I mean, yeah, the first one was hyper-violent, but like, there's got to be a line at some point, right? Like, eventually, I don't want to do this stuff. And even though Hotline Miami 1 was hyper-violent, it was hyper-violent because you were killing guys and there was, like, blood. Like, almost every game has that, and that's, like, our culture is so desensitized to that specifically, whereas when it comes to sexual stuff, it's not as desensitized.
I don't ever want to live it as in part of a culture where rape is desensitized.
Exactly.
Yeah, then that's
like
very
I feel like this
thing.
is, like, two different things, and I don't need Hotline Miami 2 to, like, up the hyper-violence, like...
Hotline Miami 2 was the breaking point. That's what they went for all along.
Although I guess like if there is somebody that is like this isn't violent enough, maybe this is your game.
Or just like
I'm not
sure if I want to meet that person.
I was gonna just say I don't know if I want to hang out or play games with that guy.
Oh no, I completely agree with both of you, but I'm not judging them if they want to do that. I just don't want to be a part of your life, probably.
Not judging you. I just want nothing to do with you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's weird. I like the puzzle aspect of Hotline Miami.
I do too.
I kind of like that it's a puzzle game.
I do too.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack's really nice.
Yeah.
It's by Hotline Miami is what we're saying.
If you like the first, I don't know. Guess we'll see what happens when Hotline Miami 2 comes out. Anyway, sorry, we're talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. There's a scene where you torture a guy in that.
Yeah, that was also pretty controversial for the time. Yeah. I mean, just going based on that as well. So that's coming out March for people that have been waiting for it on PC. And if you have a PC that can run last generation type of games, you're probably going to be fine. I could get into the specs, but there's stuff online. You can look them up yourself.
I tried running The Fall, and it was hitching, so my computer sucks.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, then. So instead of Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out the 27th, Grim Fandango is. Well, not instead, but...
Perfect replacement.
Grim Fandango, the remaster, is coming out on January 7th, like, officially.
27th.
27th?
27th.
Yeah.
You said January 7th.
Oh, no, 27th.
Yeah.
And you can pre-order it now from GOG, if you wish. Otherwise, it will be on Steam and Humble Store at that time on the 27th.
I never played that game.
You can now, because
so.
I will be having that, so you will have access to it.
You're going to get it on Steam, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I look forward to trying it out.
Yeah. Other than that, this was more important to me because I have to do this tonight probably. PlayStation is having an anniversary sale, and you can consider this basically Sony's Steam sale because they are selling a bunch of their stuff for super cheap right now, including classics from the PS1 and PS2 era.
I'm just going down it to see if there's anything.
I'm trying to load up the list. I'm having a little bit of an internet hiccup right now, so...
I think my Plus actually expired today. I need to renew that.
Yeah, so they're going to be on sale for everybody, but if you have Plus, they will be more on sale.
Yeah, that's how all of Sony's sales have been going.
And for the people listening live right now, I'm just going to throw it in the chat. You can browse at your leisure if you wish. Otherwise, maybe in the show notes, you can just put a link to it, or we could do something. I don't know. Just look it up. PlayStation.com.
You can look it up.
It's there.
Everywhere.
Or just go on your PlayStation and fill up your cart with $2 games from the PS1 days. Anyways, yeah, that's all I had.
I'm looking down this list. Hang on.
There's a lot of stuff, man.
I know there's a lot. Not a ton that I don't already kind of own though. Man, you can get a copy of Loco Roco 1 for $2.96.
You can get Jet Moto 1 and 2 for under $5 if you're a PlayStation Plus member.
That's $2.40 each. Oh man, that Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky game, that's $8. Oh, I might be tempted for that. Oh man, there's PSP games on sale? Shit, son, what can I get for my PSP? I can get Loco Roco for $2.96.
The sarcasm aside, there's a lot of good stuff on here people should check out.
Oh shit, Tactics Ogre, shit.
I know, right?
That was a hard
Final
one.
Fantasy 789, $5. Final Fantasy 4, $10.
There's a lot of stuff on there. A lot. So, yeah.
Let's go into the questions.
Yeah.
All right. Finish up strong with some questions.
Checking
Sean
something?
looks so interested.
No, I'm just writing down the time code for when I
Oh, okay, fair enough.
edit this.
All right, so TDP Podcast on Twitter, facebook.com/topdownperspective or topdownperspective@gmail.com if you want to send in awesome questions like Michael Jacobs, who writes, thoughts on the revamp/changes for Majora's Mask 3D. New save points, changed Bomber's Notebook, etc. We didn't really talk about the changes that they're...
I honestly don't know what the changes are.
Okay, so in the original Majora's
I'm glad
Mask...
one of us does.
One of the big things is the save feature for the original Majora's Mask was you would have like a save button or like an autosave sort of thing. So there was those two methods. Now it'll be done through owl statues, which are littered throughout the land.
So the way it was sort of, because when we got it over here, you could just do like the quick save, like the temporary save at the owl statues.
Yeah.
That's how it was in the original.
Wasn't there owl statues in the original one?
Yeah, but the only way you could do like a proper, like permanently kept save was if you rewound to the first day.
Yes, that's right.
Again, this is like the Zelda I played the least of. Which, oh, you know what? Sorry, side note tangent. I found out this week, Link's Awakening, heavily influenced by Twin Peaks.
What?
How awesome is that?
Okay, I guess I could see some of that.
Because it was popular at that time, and they were like, we should do something kind of like that. You know, new guy comes to this town, everyone seems kind of super mysterious.
I could see it, yep.
That's fantastic, and...
Where's the coffee, though?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm really happy that my first Zelda is influenced by Twin Peaks. That's great. Anyway, back to Majora's Mask. That's the one I played the least of, so if you say new changes, I barely remember what the old stuff was like.
Yeah. So you can save more often, basically. We'll just put it
which is good, because it's a handheld game. You kind of want that
That's
feature.
why they put that feature in.
What does the Notebook do?
So the
Notebook was... Or yeah, you take it, Paul.
Well, you can go ahead, and then I'll say what the change is, I guess.
So the Notebook was how you figured out all like the different storyline events that were going on around you, all the side quests. Mm-hmm. So that's how you figured out, like, oh, at this time, this person will be here, and if I talk to them in this point, I can solve one of their problems or start a quest to figure out another one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was how you kept all that organized.
It's like your adventurer's log sort of thing.
Right.
Basically. So now it'll show you your current quests, rumors you've heard, completed quests, and also Bomber's game will now give you rumors if you talk to them. There's more just information in there, and also you can set like timers and alarms for events.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Next question. Final Deluxe says, what do you think of the new Twitch music? I don't know what he's talking about.
I think this is a great idea that I was hoping they would do. So, I mean, Twitch has started... I can't remember when it was. It was like last year, probably maybe June or July or somewhere around there.
It was September.
It was later? Okay. They put in the... What the hell is that called? Audible Magic, like, scanner sort of thing. And it mutes streams now if you play copywritten music.
Right.
So Twitch has now been looking into basically partnering up with like studios or artists or whatever to put together copyright-free music for the purposes of streaming. streaming. With
have like
gameplay
a
and stuff.
library people can
That's
access?
right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
So they have a list right now. I think you can access it just by going music.twitch.tv, if I remember.
Oh, so they've already started. They're not just...
They have started.
Yeah, it started today, I believe.
There's a lot of Monster Cat stuff on there for people. Like, I don't know. I'll just let people browse at their own selection. If you have been looking ever for like DRM free or copyright free music, you'll notice a lot of the artists on there. And yeah, it's kind of cool that they're doing that to help their community out with providing some good music.
Is all the music DRM free stuff, or are they trying to like license stuff from?
Well, they're licensing
they're licensing it so that they can use it.
Okay, but you're not going to see like the new Kesha album on this.
Unless
No, I think the biggest name that I saw on the list was Deadmau5.
Sure.
Oh, that's still a good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Deadmau5. All right. Do you have to pay to use these?
No.
No.
I don't,
If
no,
you
I
just
don't believe
if
so.
you have a Twitch account, you can use this stuff.
Yeah, because these are ostensibly copyright free on Twitch. They won't be targeted by their Audible Magic stuff.
Cool.
Oh wait, no, it was Deadmau5's label, not Deadmau5 himself, apparently.
No.
Which that sucks.
Also, they like how they added the gaming talk shows category to look up under Twitch for like just people that want to stream like we're doing right now, podcasts and stuff like that. They actually added a music thing so people can just stream music now, like from this library, basically.
Cool.
Yep. So that's what that is, and it's cool. It's a great way. It's the way everybody should go. If they're so pissed off about copywritten music, they should be looking for alternatives for their community. That's just the way it goes. Comet X7 says, any thoughts on Microsoft's new Let's Play rules? John, I'm going to throw this to you because I don't know what these are.
I believe they were basically... Oh, God, what was it in full? As long as, like, it's not behind a paywall, it's okay. What other things? You couldn't use their logos or something like that. There's a couple, like, things, but basically they made it was an okay for, like, YouTube content and Twitch content. As long, like, running ads on them were fine. So, like, if you're a partner on Twitch, if you're a partner on YouTube, not a problem. As long as you don't, like, hide them behind a subscription wall or, like, a per fee thing.
Okay.
So, like, it was, like, an official okay for stuff like Red vs. Blue and Let's Plays, so.
Okay. So, any thoughts on that? Because, I mean, that's not a community I'm a part of, so it doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was good from what I remember hearing, but I didn't fully read into it, so.
Cool. Sean, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not sure what really to add on that one.
Yeah. There's also the fact I wasn't listening.
Well, at least he's honest.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
The Microsoft new rules for like any video content in their games.
I don't know this week, but we don't reiterate it. That's my fault.
Oh yeah, another thing was you can't like use the name of the game in the title. You can't like have you like misrepresent the title of the game. So like if you're gonna make something, you couldn't just call it like Halo, or like it. There's like a little some gray area things, but it was more or less good. So.
Oh, so like for that last thing that you said though, they don't want people assuming like this is the new Halo gameplay for views. This is this. They wanted to be clear. This is this dude doing like a skit or something.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Sure, that's good. Yeah. AC3 writes, I would ask about the Nintendo Direct, but you guys talked about it in everyone. So how was everyone's day?
Day was fine. I'm a little bit annoyed, but I'll ask you two how your day was, and I'll explain why I'm annoyed.
Mine was all right.
Mine sucked.
Yeah, because you're sick, so.
There's that too. Just work was rough.
And John, yours was all right because you ate.
Yeah.
You got pizza, man. I'm jealous.
Yeah, actually I had pizza too, but it wasn't very good. Yeah.
Wait,
it's actually
bad pizza? That's not real.
It is when you order from Pizza 73.
Dude, pizza's pizza, man. And first you're talking about having leftovers. Now you're talking about bad pizza. I think you're just a bad person.
Why did you order from Pizza 73?
Because it's cheap.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Dude, pizza is delicious. Always. Get it in my mouth.
Oh, please, somebody pull that sound clip.
What? Why was yours annoying, or was it
Mine
pizza?
was annoying because today there was supposed to be an early access release of a basically DayZ clone that Sony Online Entertainment has been talking about and people have been talking about for a while now, called H1Z1, and that was supposed to be released at 9 in the morning. That was pushed back until 4:30 in the afternoon because they didn't get Steam some code they needed or something to release it. And the servers haven't been working ever since. So there's a bunch of people that have been trying to get in and just blasting their servers. And, I was part of that. And I can't get in. A bunch of people can't get in. And there's, one or two people that could get in. And they are now beating League of Legends in views on Twitch because they're the only people in the world that got in. So it's kind of amazing for them. But it's annoying for me because I just want to play the fucking game. I wanted to talk about it tonight. I wanted to know if it was worth even talking about. But now it's worth talking about because Sony Online Entertainment fucked this up. And it's kind of bad because their servers couldn't handle the stress. Okay, this is an early access release for people to just try it and, talk about it. And it is a $20 price tag right now, or $40 if you go for, the more premium model or whatever they're doing. So everybody that tried to log in today has paid money for this alpha. Which is a thing I'm okay with doing.
You said Sony's putting this out?
Sony Online Entertainment, yes. So
why is it on Steam then?
It's out. It's coming out on PS4 as well, but it's going to come out on PC as well. So this is them kind of testing the waters. Their servers couldn't handle a couple, maybe 20 to 50,000 people trying to sign in. The people that paid. This is going to be a free-to-play game where you can just download and try it. I don't know how they're going to handle server requests from people who are just wanting to take a look at it for themselves for free if they can't handle the couple people that wanted to play it for money. So I don't know how this is going to go. I will talk about it if I ever get in, and if I don't ever get in, don't buy it because it's garbage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Before we jump to the next question, I want to go back to that Microsoft thing.
Yeah,
because it got linked in the chat. Here's an interesting part of the rule set here. In addition, your items may not use the name of the Microsoft game in their title to give the impression that Microsoft is the source of the item or authorize or endorse the item. Items that make referential use of our titles are fine. For example, Let's Play Forza Motorsport 5 or Tips and Strategies for Halo 5. Using the game title to tag your item on social media is fine. We also don't object to Red vs. Blue or Operation Chastity, stuff like that, but we may object to Halo, Covenant Strike, or stuff like that. It might be confused as something made by Microsoft, or it could be mistaken as official part of the game. We just want to make sure consumers don't get confused. So that's kind of the biggest thing, is just being aware of that.
Okay, so as long as you're saying this is a Let's Play of the thing,
yeah,
you're fine.
Or if you're saying this is a machinima of this,
you can't just be too generic with it.
This is content that I have produced using this thing. This is, and it's kind of weird because I know EVE Online, a lot of their videos are just named EVE Online, The Last Frontier or something, whatever their titles are. So because they make little movies within that game, so something like that would not be allowed on a Microsoft product if I understanding this correctly.
Okay, I have a name I want to run it by you guys.
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Let's Play Halo 4, brought to you by Microsoft.
That would not be okay.
Flawless.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that would not be okay at all.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to questions.
Yes.
Microsoft presents a Let's Play of Halo 4. Anyway, what's the next question? Where are we at?
Juker writes in and says, with Resident Evil Remake HD coming soon, would you like to see 2 and 3 get the same treatment as the original remake? And do you like the idea of Revelations 2 being released episodically rather than as a full game at first?
I mean...
the episodic thing is new to me. I didn't realize that. Was that actually confirmed?
Yes, it is. So, I think it's 4 episodes. I can't remember how many. Maybe it's 3. I think it's 4 or 5, though. I'm okay with it.
Cool. That's cool.
I just want all my game at once. Is that so much to ask for?
There is that, but since there always seems to be something to play, I'm kind of okay with just playing like maybe a 2-hour session and then shelving that until the next one comes out a couple weeks or the next week or whatever. So I'm fine with that.
As someone who plays a lot of episodic stuff, I actually kind of like the wait because it's like when you're waiting for the next episode of a show. You can talk about it with your friends and get excited for it as opposed to getting it all at once. So, you know, it makes it last a bit longer. And also, just from from a money standpoint, it doesn't work as well. But, you know, from like a playing standpoint, if you don't like the first episode, you didn't waste all the money for the rest of the game.
Right.
You just paid like a quarter of the price or whatever.
Unless they release like a season pass sort of thing where you get all of it. Maybe don't do that unless you know you want all of it.
Right, but usually when they do that, it's cheaper than if you buy them individually.
That's right.
Like it's like one episode cheaper. But it actually does make, now that I'm thinking about money it actually does make sense from a money standpoint because more people will try a cheaper product than like if Resident Evil Revelations 2, if they're not interested in it, they're just like, oh, I'm not paying $60, but hey, maybe $10, I'll give it a shot and see what I think.
Yeah.
So they might get more people and more money that way. But if you want all your game, I guess don't. I just like that it's different. Like I'm kind of interested in episodic going outside of Telltale, just seeing how other people can do with it.
Yeah, I agree. Also, 2 and 3 should get the same treatment as well as every other game that I grew up loving should just be remade.
I'd be down for 2 and 3 for sure.
Yeah. 3 would be a kind of cool remake, I think, for them to do.
I'm wondering if they would change anything with it.
That game's real cool. It's way different, though. It's very, very linear, almost like a corridor shooter.
All right, next one. Brandon writes in. Are any of you worried that there's a weirdo out there who's committing $35,000 to spend on amiibos of characters he hates?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't. Has this been officially confirmed? I heard people saying it was a rumor.
I don't know if it's been confirmed,
this?
but that video, whoever made that sounds like a psychopath, so it's probably true.
What is this?
Okay, there's a dude who is so mad that people don't like Sonic the Hedgehogs and things he grew up loving that he is buying out like as much stock of like rare amiibos he can find just to sell them to, as he puts it, stupid Nintendo fanboys or something like that for a higher profit. There's a video of him talking about it, and it sounds like the manifesto of a madman, only instead of like something terrible like genocide, it is amiibos. Like, it's really dumb. And yeah, I don't know, he just seems like such an asshole. I kind of love it. He's just like this weird villain that nobody would ever care about.
But he's way into Sonic.
Oh, dude!
I didn't hear the Sonic part
because that makes it way better. So I hope he's way into Sonic.
The reason I know he's into Sonic is because from his YouTube channel where he posted his rant about collecting the amiibos and like saying, "I have $3,500 just to spend on shit just to make sure you guys don't get it" and stuff like that. He like the rest of his videos are Sonic videos. So it's so good.
I kind of thought your story, and I kind of wish it went in this direction, where he bought all the amiibos except Sonic ones. So when a kid goes to the store, they have to buy the Sonic one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The specific one he hates is Rosalina. He hates her so much.
I'll read out. I've got some lines here.
Oh, please do.
All right. So I do not appreciate Rosalina appearing in almost every recent Mario game to date. The fact Nintendo promotes her so much and people praise her is just disgusting. I hate her fans, too. I know for a fact her amiibo will be among one of the most popular, which is why I took the time to wait and pre-order over 100 of her. I do not want her fans to be happy. It just crushes me Nintendo from the good days went to this shit for character designs. And then it says, the article says, while it seems excessive, it's just a fraction of the amount of money Daily Dose, that's apparently the dude's name, claims to have committed to Amiibo. He says that he's already spent more than $4,000 and that he has an additional $35,000 to invest on the figures. Of these funds, he states that he intends to spend heavily on Lucina, Palutena, Robin, and Zero Suit Samus, all out of a similar hatred and disdain that he has for Rosalina.
Wait, the Robin Amiibo is a guy or is it a girl as well?
Officially the Robin Amiibo is a guy, but
okay, so I'm gonna say like all of those are female characters.
It wasn't confirmed till yesterday that the Robin Amiibo was going to be a guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a straight up misogynist as well.
Like, he's picking all the, human female characters.
Yeah, but I mean, if he was just going for profit, it makes sense that he would go for Zero Suit Samus because that is going to be flying the fuck off every shelf.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe he's the smartest businessman ever and just kind of a douche. Either way, he's a douche. And people shouldn't buy from... Don't buy from people, like, online where they're going to charge you more. Just, you're feeding bad people's habits. You're basically feeding this guy. Don't do it. Is that the last question? Oh, no, there's way more. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it sounded like you were adding something.
No, I was going to say a bunch of people in the chat are saying that apparently this guy's got like his own Encyclopedia Dramatica page. Apparently it's from 4chan, so don't take it with a grain of salt, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Robert writes in, what is your favorite funny horror game?
Ill Bleed.
Funny?
I don't know what any of this is. Okay.
Funny horror game.
I don't know if that's meant to be funny. I guess it is.
Deadly Premonition?
Sure,
kind of,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what? That's the only thing that's coming to mind.
Okay. Andrew, are there any games that you really love that have received poor reviews?
God Hand.
Prototype.
Oh,
it wasn't
dude.
that poor.
God Hand. Why did they give that such a low review? What was IGN doing? They didn't play that game.
Dude just hated that game.
I don't think he played it. Like, he was so mad. Like, his wife left him and he was getting fired or something. He was on a rampage. It was really weird. That game's real good.
Mirror's Edge.
Did that receive poor reviews?
I never received fair to mixed.
Okay. I guess. It should have received higher.
Anyway. I don't really love it, but Resident Evil 5 I felt got a bad shake for what it was. It was just a good co-op shooter.
You're also like Resident Evil fanboy number 1.
Right. I mean, that's not the best one, though. That's why I was saying I don't love that game, but I thought people were too harsh on it when it was just a co-op shooter to play with a buddy. Yeah, I don't know. Cody writes in, John, how did you put your voice on the stream uploaded to YouTube when they got muted? Try to ask this on your stream yesterday.
I don't know what he's talking about. Any of my muted streams, I don't have the audio for.
Oh.
That's why I'm confused. I was like reading that question, like, what does he even mean?
Awesome.
I have a couple streams where the audio got muted, and when they get uploaded to YouTube, there's going to be no audio, so I don't even know if I'm going to bother uploading them.
I see.
Okay, great. The mystery continues.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even John knows how he did it.
You'll have to clarify what you mean, Cody. Sorry.
Also, for John and Paul, do you think that getting the chance to talk to the makers of Shovel Knight helped place it high on your Game of the Year list? Absolutely not.
Nope. Not even remotely.
Okay. Michael writes in, my question is, since I am planning on purchasing a PlayStation Vita or PS TV, which should I go for? Also, if you have any game suggestions, I'm all ears.
Vita.
Yeah, Vita, 100%.
Handheld, and the PlayStation TV doesn't play all the Vita games.
Yeah. Also, for a suggestion, I hear that Persona 4... Like, Persona 4 Golden is the only reason I'd buy Vita still. Because I haven't played that ever. So
if you're into RPGs, yeah, the Vita's a good system for it. A lot of people have told me the Danganronpa games are good. I've yet to play them, but apparently if you like Phoenix Wright, go for it. I'm looking at my Vita games right now, sorry. Like a lot of RPGs, like Tales of Hearts are on there, and then there's a lot of Tearaway is apparently really good. And there's a lot of good ports of games like Muramasa, Rebirth, and like
the new
Uncharted.
Also get the Vita because a lot of the best games on the Vita are cross-buy ones that you can just get on a home console anyway.
Yeah.
You might not have the home console, but like the PS TV seems to be. I get. Well, you're asking if you want a Vita, but it's mainly for people who don't have a Vita or have multiple TVs in their house and they want to stream games back and forth. But I guess if you don't have either, yeah, I would go with a Vita myself. Actually, we should keep in mind though the price difference. Like the Vita is like twice as much.
Yeah, but it's also handheld, so that you get that bonus there.
Mm-hmm. Also, like if you want any game suggestions, just post in like the Steam group for Top Down or like in the chat or something. There's a lot of people that are know way more games than we do for the Vita out there.
I'm actually thinking though, like if you don't care about the portable aspect, and if you look at the list of games you can play on the TV, like you would save like half the price, and then you could just get Plus.
Sure.
And have a year of games for that thing.
The thing with the PlayStation TV is that it's a per game basis. Like the company that makes the game has to patch it to have support for the PlayStation TV.
Yeah, I'm definitely saying, you'd have to look into seeing if it can play. But like they just released it here, so I'm assuming Sony is trying to make it so the games will work on it.
Who knows what Sony's doing in North America now? Because apparently all the Canadian stores are shutting down. So.
But the Sony stores?
Yeah, all the Sony stores in Canada are also shutting down. That also got announced today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Alongside all the Target stores shutting down.
Regardless, like they just released the PS TV in the States. They're probably going to give it a bit of a push at the moment. So,
but they didn't really with the Vita. So
who
knows? Who knows?
All right. Well, that's it for questions. Again, if you want to write in, topdownperspective@gmail.com or twitter.com/TDP podcast or facebook.com/topdownperspective.
Games of the week.
Cross 3D, because all I played.
Far Cry 4, but just by default.
Mine's still Mordor for the last week, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
All right, that'll do it.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it through.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week.
Bye.